So I gotta speak up a little bit on starting from a BuzzFeed piece on people reacting over Miss America being Indian American. And when I say Indian American, I mean her family uh, descends from, uh, the southern region of the Asian Indian conglomerated continent. So she won, and I'm just like, so people are actually upset about her race. First thing, Indians, the whole Indian people, they're Caucasian. I'm not even kidding. They actually are descended from Caucasians. Uh, this is explainable in lots of different ways. First off, there are genetic similarities. There are certain uh, built-in evolutionary traits that are in common between the two groups of Europeans, white Europeans and all that, and Indians. There's lactose tolerance, among many other things. Along with that is the fact that Hindi, and and that includes Sanskrit, uh, and all of the European languages except for Turkish and Finnish all come from the same root languages. This is this is my special field, so we actually call these languages Indo-European because many of the Indian languages are directly related to European languages. There are cognates, there are similarities in grammar and syntax. It may sound completely different, but Indians and European peoples are much more closely related than we are ready to admit. Um, and yet, people are actually upset about this. They say, oh, well, because she's dark skinned, she must be Muslim and therefore with Al Qaeda. So now it's just about hating brown people? Is that it? Because I believe we've had African American Miss America. Uh, we've certainly had you know runners up who were African American uh, or Asian, but in this case, you know, there's nothing wrong with having an Indian American Miss America. I mean, for crying out loud, this is ridiculous. Uh, my first reaction, other than the fact that Indians are of Caucasian descent, meaning that they first kind of broke off from the other branches of humanity in the Caucasus Mountains. My other thought is, um, okay, there are a whole bunch of people called American Indians or Native Americans, however you prefer to refer to them, who are just they were here first. So trying to say, "Oh, well, that's not a real American," that's cute. That's real cute, Custer. Now go sit at the back of the bus. Thanks. Honestly, you know, you want a real Miss America, make make if you really want to complain and moan about how Miss America is not truly American, make her like pure blood Cherokee or pure Sioux or something, for crying out loud. I mean, how stupid do you have to be if you really want to complain about that? But I actually looked up her profile on Wikipedia to actually look at what her background is. Okay, and it says here Uh, her name is Nina uh, Devuluri, and it says Devuluri was born to Telugu parents. Her mother Sheila Ranjani and her father Devuluri Kotashwara uh, Chowdhury both hailed originally from I'm going to butcher this Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh, India. In 1981, they left for Missouri, where her father worked as a gynecologist. Her maternal aunt and uncle in India are also doctors and run a nursing home, while her father's siblings are doctors in the United States. Following the family trend, she wishes to become a cardiologist. To honor her Indian roots, she became a trained Kuchipudi, I'm probably really butchering that, and Bharatanatyam, Bharatanatyam danseuse. She has said that she watched Telugu films called Tollywood, like Bollywood, only Telugu, to stay connected with India. Uh, Devuluri attended the University of Michigan, good school, and has won several scholastic honors, including the Dean's List, Michigan Merit Award, and National Honor Society Award. She graduated with a degree in brain behavior and cognitive science. Okay, that's a pretty amazing woman. I'm actually kind of, pleased that Miss America is someone who really uses her noggin and isn't just, a nice talker and looks good in a swimsuit or whatever. You know, it just seems ridiculous to me to make such a big deal over her ethnicity. That's not that big a thing. Okay, I mean, I'm just gonna take a quick look at at some of the others. Okay, okay. So I'm looking here at the list of the last several winners of Miss America, and we have Angela Perez Baracuello. I am really butchering that. Um, and she won in 2001 for Miss America. Um, and pretty clear from her name that she is, uh, well, it actually says she's Filipino American. We had a Filipino Miss America, and this is a problem, presumably for some people, but this was in 2001. I just feel like that's so ridiculous. If we're gonna bring race into it, where was your outrage when we had the Filipino Miss America? Um, and just looking here, yeah, Miss America 2010 was African American. Let's see, 2004 was African American. 1990. Um, I'm just going based on pictures here. Uh, and I love that they're like so up in arms over this, and yet you know we've had people of color and people of different ethnicities as Miss America plenty of times. I don't even know where to begin with this, because this is one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard. So anyway, you can be any ethnicity to be Miss America, and it's about time that we have an Indian Miss America. We've had women of color be Miss America so many times, and it's ridiculous to to say that she's not American in any way. Uh, Indian Americans have been in this country for a long time, uh, and they've been an incredible contribution, as you can You know, if you have ever gone to a doctor's office and met with um, someone who was a doctor of Indian ethnic descent, you know, or if you've ever been to college or university, you know, chances are you've met a number of students who, you know, were from India or were of Indian descent and were planning to live and work here in the States. You know, these are actually the kinds of immigrants that are legal, that want to want to contribute to society in a positive way, want to work hard and, you know, do well for themselves. You know, you would think that they wouldn't complain at all, but because they're dark skinned, which is really what is the foundation of this. It's because they're dark skinned. But they're of Caucasian descent. They're just not white. So they have more in common with Europeans than almost any other ethnicity in any other part of the world. If you really want to get into that whole level of genetic crap, you know, I mean, it isn't as if human beings can't intermarry and have, you know, mixed marriages and have children together and have, you know, just this whole life. It isn't as if that can't be. You know, it can be. It's not like this is a space alien or something. So, like Miss World or something, you know, is somehow from Mars or something like that, is a Martian immigrant. It's like, well, how can we have a Martian immigrant be Miss World? And, you know, that I can understand. But for goodness sake, having another human being, you know, maybe if it was someone who was transgender, but even then, that's out of line in reality because it just is. It's just this is so stupid and so wrong, and I can't believe that this is an issue for some people at this day and age. It's just ridiculous. All right, so thanks for watching. Take care and bye bye.